And if the answer was the person didn't know how to justify it, then we had to figure out what they might have to do to fix it so that they had a coherent story. Take a university course, that might be part of it. Then at least you can tell the person, if they point to a hole in your education, says, well, I know that hole's there, and here's the steps I'm taking to rectify it, which is pretty good. That's the sort of response that would fill an employer with confidence if they had any sense. And so, and then then people would be worried. They say, well, I can't handle the rejection, because you send out 50 resumes and you're bloody fortunate if you get one interview out of that. That's about the right ratio, generally speaking. And so that's a good thing just to know. That's baseline. Doesn't mean you're a failure. It means that most job postings are fictitious, right? Because jobs are posted that have already been filled, but they have to post them for legal reasons. And jobs are posted because a company wants to keep a steady flow of resumes coming in case they do need someone, and on and on. And then, even if you do happen to have the qualifications, there's probably 10 other people that also have the qualifications, and your resume has to align with the judgment of the person making the decision that day. It's pretty unlikely, and so you're going to get rejected like 99% of the time. And so you need to know that. Maybe you'll get one interview for 50 job submissions, and don't take it personally. And so I would prepare people for that. And then, they say, well, I just can't tolerate the idea of sending out 100 resumes. I say, well, then send out 5 a day, or 10 a day, or 1 a day, whatever you think you can manage. And then they'd say, well, I'm not very good in interviews. So I go, okay, well, that's another complicating problem. So then we'd practice interviews. I'd grill them about their lives and watch their eye contact and how they introduced themselves, and torture them about inadequacies in their stories, and get them to the point where, they had a confident and compelling and honest story to tell. And that's all part of that strategy. It's not like telling the truth is easy. It's difficult. You want to stand up to the woke mob? It's get your act together. Because it's not easy, right? Because you're seeing the incursion of a serpentine and multidimensional bureaucratic tyranny that works behind the scenes and uses reputation savaging and gossip and innuendo to destroy reputation. It's a hell of a threat. And you're going to have to put yourself together well enough to be able to withstand that. But if you do, it'll be good for you, because it'll force you to put yourself together. It'll force you to become the sort of person who can say no. And you can say no to someone if you have options. And no has to mean, I know what no means. People never like to talk about what no means. No means, if you keep doing that, something you do not like will happen to you with 100% certainty.